Varus. Varus the one-shotter. Duskblade of DRAKTHARR got changed so that Samira doesn't kill someone, use the ult, and then become untargetable, and then keep hitting you on the ult. STATTIK SHIV has gained a few surprising users. Hello LeBlanc. Hello LeBlanc. How you doing, people? The new patch is out. The game is down currently. I guess it's patching. So the new patch 13.13. Let's see what changes in the upcoming patch. In the next patch it's gonna be the end of the split, I guess. So this is the last patch of the split. And yeah, let's take a look at the champions. So starting with NE. Q magic damage decreased. So Q damage goes from 220 to 210 and the AP ratio goes down by 5%. So a small nerf to NE. I think that's pretty good. NE is pretty strong right now. A decent nerf, also not very big, so if you're an NE player I think you're fine with that also. Pretty good change in my opinion. Alright. Next up, APHELIOS. Severum life still decrease, gravitum slow decrease, crescendo base, attack speed decrease. So Severum, the scythe pistol. Good thing they tell us what weapon that is, right? It's the scythe pistol, because if they just said Severum, most people wouldn't know. Like me, for example, I have no idea how the abilities work exactly. Alright, but anyway, lifesteal on attacks 2.59, 2 to 7.1. Alright, that's sizable. Lifesteal abilities 8 to 30, 5 to 17.75. So a huge nerf on the lifesteal, so that's good, I would say. I mean, it is massive, 30% to 17. So he's gonna get less of lifesteal, and also the shield will be like, you know, stacking slower. The overheal shield on him from this ability. Gravitum, which is the snare thing, the purple one. A slow duration on attacks goes. It had 3.5 seconds slow. I didn't know that. That's good. You know, come on, that's pretty long. That's actually so long. Alright, so there it is, 2.5 seconds. That's good. Crescendo, the chakram, sentry base attack speed goes, no, it's 0.8 per second and it goes to 0.64 per second. So 20% decrease on the base one, but it's case with his bonus attack speed. But the baseline is lower, right? So, I mean, that's good. Those turrets can actually shred you so hard. If you're not paying attention, you just walk into this turret, it like takes away half of your HP. It does happen. Sometimes, I mean, happened to me. So yeah, I think that's good. APHELIOS is a champion that is very player dependent. So if you're good with APHELIOS, you have the mastery, you can do much more with it. On average, APHELIOS is, you know, not that good. If you play him correctly, he's like a blender, like a shredder. You just walk up to him, you just get completely shredded. If you don't know what you're doing, then he's pretty average. But I think those nerfs are good, and they are like pro-oriented, so in pro play definitely he's utilized to the best of his ability, or reasonably. So yeah, alright, so I think that's pretty good. Alright, IVERN. W on hit magic damage decreased, daisy movement speed decreased, slam base damage decreased. Thank God, Riot Games. IVERN is getting nerfed. This thing was a bit out of control in the top lane. You could get just shredded by this. I don't know. It was really weird. So bonus magic damage on hit goes from 30 to 20 and less AP scaling. That's nice. This incentivizes going full AP with this, I guess, with Rabadon and all this. Daisy base movement is lowered by 10, alright. And slam base damage goes down really good, because like it just deals too much damage. You don't know like why. It's just kind of weird. So yeah, that's really good. That's really good. I think the IVERN top will still be playable if you really like it. You can still probably play it with this, but it's gonna be weaker. So definitely will drop in popularity now. Alright, Kindred is getting nerfed. Nice. Alright, I'm not a Kindred player. I do like the champion. However, I usually play against it, and it is pretty hard, so I think that's good. Champ is very strong. So base health goes down by 30, level 1, and armor goes down by 3. If you are like a really good Kindred player, that's when this champion pops off. It's not like super easy champion to play, pretty easy to int with it. Trinity Force, that's true, it goes Triforce. Think of Kindred is it's like a really good DPS. It is somewhat mark dependent, right, if you can get those marks. But it's a really good DPS, and with the Triforce in like steel caps it becomes kinda too tanky. Can't really take it down, it doesn't even need to ult to like shred you and just kill you, so I think this is good. It's probably not enough, in my opinion, to put Kindred back. It's still gonna be a really strong champion. So if you're a Kindred player, you can definitely live with this and still be fine. Yeah, so a bit less like early game innovate potential with a bit less HP, a bit less armor. Right. I'd rather see a bit of a damage nerf, maybe somewhere on Q, I don't know. It's fine, let's see. I think Kindred is still viable. Still viable, it's like not the end of the world, but it's a welcome nerf. Alright, Lee Sin. Q damage increased. This has been a fairly weak spot for sure. Alright, so Q Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike, so Sonic Wave damage gets AD scaling increase. Minimum damage. So he gets us AD scaling increase. So they don't buff his base damages, they just buff his scalings. I mean, I think this is pretty relevant, to be honest. 110 to 115. I mean, then he gets 10% on like maximum execute damage, which I think is 30% HP. I don't know, man. If this was base damage increase, it would be much better. Since he wants to go kind of like a bruiser, right? This Lee Sin falls off super hard late game. Unless you can get some kick, then you still remain useful and relevant, but I think this is pretty negligible. It's a nice change for Lee Sin, nice buff, but I don't think it's enough to really put him back. Definitely not in solo queue. In pro play, I don't also think that I'm not an expert on pro play, but I also don't think it's that big of a deal if he gets a bit more damage on the Q from the scaling. So he would need either like a cooldown decrease on Q, maybe 1 second shoved off the Q, or I think preferably a damage increase, base damage on something, so maybe on E or something, maybe bigger shield on W. I don't know. But Lee Sin is not that strong. I don't think this changes. But it's a nice buff if you're a Lee Sin player. Nice, but it's like it's not much damage. It is just a little bit more damage. So there's the Lee Sin. NEEKO. Q cooldown increase, W damage adjusted, air adjusted. So NEEKO is getting nerfed. Thank God. The cooldown on this and the range on this, I played NEEKO mid once by mistake. I mean, you know, I got field mid. So I played mid NEEKO. This champ has got so much poke. It doesn't make any sense. The range on this thing doesn't make any sense. The cooldown on this thing doesn't make any sense. Just spams it on cooldown. It's got no mana cost. I don't even know. Why is mana cost not increased here? I don't know. Alright. It's stupid champion. But that's good. At least it's a bit less spammable, level 1 to 5 or something. Nice. W shape splitter, proc damage bonus. Less damage on W, alright, that's good. So a little bit of a nerf. Nice. Wait, it's actually scaling higher. So it is less initially, but then it goes up to higher number. Not a big deal, because you know you don't max this, you max this last probably, the W, right? So every third attack deals less damage throughout the early to mid game, and then late game you can get 10 more damage. Whatever, honestly. I mean, it's good. I think early nerf and the late game small buff. And the ult channel this guy's duration. Oh, right. Because if NEEKO is disguised by some other champion, then now she's disguised for the first 0.5 seconds, and then she becomes NEEKO again for the rest of the cast. I think that's amazing. Now it's, you know, much more clear like what's happening. It's good because this is, you know, kind of bullshit with those, can be with those, you know, it still works the way it used to, but now it's more counterplay. I think that's fine. And you can instantly see her HP and stuff, right? So you can like counter this ult engage better. I think that's good. I would love to see a mana increase on Q, because this is so spammable. Doesn't make any sense. So 9 seconds, it's much better now. But you know, I think mana increase here is in place. Alright. But this is still good. Good changes. Alright. Nice to see NEEKO nerfed. Champion's kinda bull. Alright. Next up, Nidalee. Base movement speed increase. So Nidalee gets 5 move speed. It's 340. It's actually pretty high. She gains more move speed when ulting also, right? While walking through brushes. I'm not sure if just changing to the Cougar gives her move speed. I think it's just on the brush. And definitely from the passive. The hunt thing, she gets move speed also. Yeah, but she can kite much better. She can, you know, keep you at a distance, keep basic attacking, kind of tethering, right? War of Attrition, Nidalee. So nice change if you play Nidalee. Probably like it a lot. It's a nice buff in the nice direction to make the champ viable. But Nidalee is still super hard to play. Really easy to be useless with the champion. Really hard to stay relevant. So yeah. If you feel like tryharding and you like Nidalee, then now it's more viable. Nice. I think that's good. Alright. REK'SAI. Base AD decreased, thank God. Base health decreased, thank God. So 61 to 58. 40 health loss. So he almost lost 10%. So, alright, 6% of his max HP. Level 1. That's nice. It's really good. REK'SAI is really strong right now. So that's a welcome nerf. It's pretty small still. Small base damage decrease and base health, so slower clears. And some lower like 1v1 or 3v3 potential in early skirmishes. That's nice. It's good. Alright, there it is. REK'SAI got a small nerf. Probably still viable somewhat, but now a bit weaker. I do like that. Alright. RELL, another adjustments to RELL. So how is RELL? Has been dominating, support has been dominating, RELL jungle. Yeah, RELL jungle is kinda bad. So health regeneration growth 1.7 to 1.5, base magic resistance goes down, and magic resistance growth goes down. So she loses a bit of magic resistance, quite a bit, as well as health regeneration. So it hurts the support RELL against magic damage champions, right? Alright, so Q, Shattering Strike. Bonus damage to monsters. 150 for 30, 170. So damage goes up. But you're supposed to max Q first, no? So I don't know what she maxed first, but then, I don't know. But the damage goes up. Because she needs a bit of a boost, because she's pretty weak in the jungle, alright. W, crash down shield, 135 on 10, so less shields, and that's good because the shield is pretty big, makes sense. And this one, that attack speed goes to 30% flat. Also it's a buff, it's a huge buff to attack speed actually. So for clearing the jungle this is also good, right? Maybe she was maxing W. Possible, I don't know. Alright, anyway. There it is, so 30% flat, so there's no reason to max this for attack speed. And unless you want 100 more shield, you probably don't. Alright. And the E full tilt, bonus damage to monsters, goes up also a little bit. So small buffs in the RELL jungle, she gets attack speed right now, so she's got more damage early game, but she loses magic resistance and health regeneration growth. Guess that's good. I don't play bots, so I can't really talk about RELL support, but RELL jungle is kinda bad from my experience, so I guess that's good. So those are the RELL changes. Alright, Varus. Varus the Shredder. Varus the one-shotter, alright. W on-hit magic damage increase, damage per blight stack decreased. So W, on-hit magic damage. Actually, let's see what the Riot even says about it. AP Varus has been causing quite the ruckus. in the top lane, yeah, true. His win rate was negative, but it was a really strong pick. Cares about blight stacks, just too much maximum health damage, makes perfect sense. It took them so long to nerf this, by the way, because this was in the game for, you know, a year, 2 years or something. Kinda crazy since this started. So finally it's getting nerfed. Alright, so what they changed is on hit magic damage scales with more AP right now, so 30 to 35, so more on hit. I mean, he goes Nashor, right? So it's gonna be 50% AP on hit now, total, with the Nashor. Maximum, I mean, damage per blight stack goes down by 1% from 2.5 to 1.5 per 100 HP. So a huge cut in damage. Yeah, because let's say he's got 300 AP, then he gains 15 damage on hit more, right? But he loses 3% max HP per blight stack. Per stack. I mean, on max stacks. So at 300 AP on 3 stacks, he loses 9% max HP damage. That's massive. I think it's balanced though. A huge cut to damage. I think this build is kinda dead with it right now. Because it is no longer like the tank killer option. You can't just stack the blight and Q and they will like lose half HP. It's not gonna happen anymore. It's gonna be much more like balanced and it's gonna make more sense. On hit damage is higher, so you could say it's better into squishies. Maybe you could say that. But for him to keep basic attacking, he needs to be like, it's more dangerous than just throwing ult and then queuing right from a distance. He goes Rift Maker, so he gets some healing. I don't know. It's a huge nerf to the build for sure. A huge nerf. I think it's kinda gutted, this build, actually. If you really want to, you can make it work, but it's much weaker now. Much weaker. Alright, so there's the VARUS changes. I think it's good. I think it's good, because, you know, this can just snowball out of control. 1v9, carry the damage, the game with the damage. I think that's good. Alright, Vi. Passive shield decrease, air cooldown increased. Pro presence, so this is pro focus, makes sense, because like solo queue Vi is actually not that strong, I would say, from my experience. She's decent right now, but she's not like very good. Some people might disagree, but from my experience, she's not very good. Passive blast shield, 13% max HP to 10%. So she gets less shield, and her ult cooldown is increased by 20 seconds. That's sizable. And still 10 seconds late. 1500 rank 2. That's a huge nerf. I like that, because you can play around the ult more. And the passive shield, which is pretty big. Now it's 10%. Nice changes. It's still playable. If you like Vi, you can still play her. It's a nerf, alright. There it is. Then Vi nerfs, alright. Wukong, E damage to monsters modifier removed. Relatively weak for most players, true. Maintains high presence in pro, probably. So you're going to be nerfing him. So damage to monsters, 120 to 100. So he just does normal damage with E. So his clear is a bit slower now. So a bit slower clears on Wukong. That's fine. I think that's fine. There it is. I've not seen Wukong once in the past, I don't know, 3 patches probably. So I don't really know how he plays, but he gets nerfed a little bit, alright. I think it's not the end of the world for him, but there it is. A small nerf to Wukong, alright. And let's take a look, now let's take a look at the items. Duskblade of DRAKTHARR got changed so that Samira doesn't kill someone, use the ult, and then become untargetable, and then keep hitting you on the ult, because it's just dump. So Duskblade Samira is gutted. Thank God, Riot Games. That's good. It's just good because it's stupid. It's stupid. So no longer a thing. So right now, if you are channeling, so if you're casting Samira ult or Misfortune ult, it will not give you the untargetability. So you will not get it at all. So Duskblade will not proc if you know, kill someone while ulting on Samira. So you probably don't buy it anymore. Probably. And yeah, that is that. I think that's good. Makes sense. Alright. That was kinda dumb with this Samira. It's gone. It's good. It should be. Alright. Essence Reaver. Treatment power comes from whatever. Spell damage. 100 base AD to 130 base AD. 40 bonus AD to 20 bonus AD. So it is a bit more of an early game item now. If you buy it first on the Raven, maybe this actually gives you more damage on the Raven on one item. Someone would need to run the maths, but at worst I think it's gonna be even on first item. And then, you know, scaling is worse with this. Stronger for most users across the majority. So I guess it is above early game. So it should be more damage early game then. And then late game less scaling. That's good, because it's anyway like an early game item, right? Pretty much. So now it's a bit better. So Draven likes this if he goes Essence Reaver. Whoever buys it else, I don't know, Ezreal, maybe. Probably not, maybe. Also likes this. There it is, the Essence Reaver change. I think that's fine. I think it's fine, alright. Static SHIV. Static SHIV has gained a few surprising users. Hello LeBlanc. Hello LeBlanc. Goodbye LeBlanc. Goodbye LeBlanc because AP scaling is removed. Bam, get out of here. There it is. 250, 450. I don't know why this 125 AP was even a thing. But it's no longer a thing. So there it is. So the minion damage is gone. AP ratio on the minions is gone. And the non-minion damage is 50% to 30% AP now. So yeah, you can't really one-shot waves with this anymore with the AP. And now it is less damage to champions. I mean, obviously this item was bought on everyone. So now it's nerfed. It's good. I think it's good. All of the like hybrid champions, AD carries. So there it is. It is nerfed. No more wave one shots, and the AP damage is a bit less. It's fine. I think that's how it should be, because it's like a wave clear item, sort of. You could maybe give it AD scaling even for minions, maybe. Alright, but it is just removed. Let's see how it plays. How much damage that actually is on minions. It's still viable for wave clear if that's what you're buying it on. But buying it on LeBlanc mid is not as viable anymore. The champion damage doesn't like decrease too much, right? So you could technically still buy it just for the AP damage. But you want like one-shot waves with it. There it is, alright. That's good. That's good change. Alright. STORMRAZOR. We're shifting power radiation into base item power. This is a Rengar nerf. A Rengar nerf? Does Rengar buy STORMRAZOR? Does he? Wait. Energize damage. 15 to 90. Does Rengar buy STORMRAZOR though? For the crit. Crit Rengar? Really? Really, Riot Games? Alright. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. 15 damage plus 60 AD. 50% AP. Now it goes to 90. 25% AD. Total AD. And no AP. So all of the hybrid champions don't buy it anymore at all. Makes sense. 25% AD from 60%. So the scaling on this item is kinda gutted, right? So it was anyway an early game item. Now it's just period. Early game item period. So let's say you have 100 base AD. I mean, you have 100 AD while buying this item, let's say. Then the damage goes from 75, goes to 115 or something. So it is an early game buff still, if you want to buy this first item, right? If you want to buy the first item, it's a buff, but late game, it's just much less scaling. So there it is. I think that's fine. It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. So if you want the early game dueling power, you get this. If you want scaling, you don't get this. That's nice. I think it's nice. So there it is. A STORMRAZOR tweak. It's not exactly a nerf, right? It is an early game buff. Technically, first item STORMRAZOR is stronger, but post that, less scaling. Alright. And that is it for the items. ARAM adjustments, Aatrox, Caitlyn, Jinx, nerfs. Kiana got nerfed. Takes more damage now. Evelyn. Alright, ARAM nerfs. There it is. Bug fixes and skins are coming. Wukong skin. Wukong got a nerf and they put out a skin, what? Star Guardian Oriana? She's a human? What is that? Why is she a human? Oh, Riot Games made a mistake. What? Seraphine? Did not have a Sargardian skin, I guess. Elderwood Cartus. That looks kinda cool. Alright, there it is. Patch notes. Thank you for watching, people. See you in the next video. Subscribe to the channel.